watching on the replay. Oh, my hair is a mess. So sorry. I went to the gym this morning. It's okay, doesn't matter. Okay, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So we are on the last leg of this week's project, which is the wicked cake that I designed in theory. Not in theory, I did design it. But this is what it will look like at the end, like when we reach our conclusion next month. But for now, I actually did order the heart pans. So the heart pans are on their way. So next time we trial run this, we'll trial run the heart version, because again, I don't want to wait till the talent show to be making this all for the first time. But today, this week, what we've been doing is working on flavors and structure and color. And so it's been quite the experimental week. Yesterday was cake day, and let me tell you, it was a journey. The first recipe that I was working with actually was not, it didn't have the base recipe that I wanted. I wanted to use Manuela from Passion for Baking and the Love Manuela app. I wanted to use her cloud cake recipe as a base, and I accidentally had a different base cake. So the first cake that I made yesterday morning, the color was great. The colors were great, but the texture was not the texture. It was not a cloud cake, and it was a little heavy, and it was a little underbaked, and it collapsed, and it was just a little bit of a failure. So I gathered myself together. Thankfully, I have a ton of pistachio paste that I made, so we have a lot to work with. And then I whipped up some more raspberry glaze, and we have some left over for today. And thankfully, I had already made the white chocolate ganaches, although these, when I went to put them in their tubs, they smell a little too much like white chocolate for me. So today, part of what we're gonna do is boost the flavor in these a bit. So before we whip them into their final form and get them into their piping bags, we're going to boost the raspberry flavor in this one, and we're gonna boost the pistachio flavor in this one. And then we also have our two cakes. And so first, what I'm gonna do is cut these in half so that we can have layers to stack for our ganache and our pistachio paste and our raspberry glaze. So the first thing that we're gonna do is just wash the dishes. We're gonna pull our cake leveler out of the washing machine. Okay, now let's see what we're working with here. We don't need oven today, so no need to preheat the oven. Today it's just assembly day. So we have our raspberry cloud cake, and then we have our pistachio cloud cake. I'm just trying to get these as flat as possible so that when we're leveling them out, they are even. Okay, so we have our cakes. For now, for handling, I'm gonna leave the parchment paper on, and we're gonna keep using the cake board here, and we're just gonna find our height. First of all, yesterday I leveled these off. Okay, great. Now, right, on this, got everything. So that was our leveling yesterday. Just cleaning off some of those crumbs. Okay, so right now our top leveler was at the one indicator. And let's see, let's bring this down to the in between the 5 and the 6 and see where that sits on our cake. That feels halfway. That feels halfway. Okay, so we take our cake leveler and we just use it like a saw. And then I found that you go into the cake a little bit and then you rotate. And I found that very helpful because in my experience, when I try to just go across, when you get to the end, it kind of like breaks the cake. Like it's, you know, the pressure, I guess. It just kind of crumbles the cake out at the other side. It doesn't give you that clean cut, at least not me. So I have found that saw motion while kind of slightly rotating tends to work the best for me. See, like that. Ta-da! So now we have a cake layer. Let's see, how close was it? Yeah, I think that's as close as we're gonna get to even layers with this cake height. So we have our raspberry cake that has been sliced. And now at the same level, because we're using the same leveler, get some of this pink color off here. Okay, a towel. So now we're gonna take our pistachio cake and we're gonna slice it. So take our pistachio cake and again, kind of get in there and then rotate your cake as you saw. And just like that, we now have another cake slice. So very gently, that's our slices. Okay, great. So now, I think next time, maybe, I think I could have gone down one more layer, one more level, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But that's okay, that'll be for next time. So this time, we had our first level was at the 1, and then we brought it in between the 5 and the 6. I think next time I'm gonna try between the 6 and the 7. And I think that'll actually get us a more even cut in between the two. Okay, so now I printed some instructions. Let me go grab those. Ta-da. Okay, so this is the first time that I'm making ganache like this. Definitely the first time that we are taking the time to boost the flavor, because again, when I was putting this, let me see, let's take another smell. Yeah, it smells like white chocolate. It doesn't give pistachio, and I want it to be more pistachio forward, because if it's going to be pistachio white chocolate ganache, like, it should have some pistachio to it, right? And same with my raspberry, aka my Glinda. Yeah, all I smell is white chocolate. So we're gonna see if we can fix that. So, boosting our ganache flavors. Before whipping and bagging, we're going to warm 2 tablespoons, 1 to 2 tablespoons of our pistachio paste. Okay. We're gonna take that. Okay. Warm slightly, microwave 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. Then we need our mixing bowl. And we need a hand mixer. So we get our hand mixer out. These paddles go? No. Where did I put them? No. Where? Oh, where are the paddles for this? Oh, here we go. Ta-da! That's why you gotta put the things back where you normally put them. Okay, so we have our hand mixer paddles. Put them in there. Okay, so now we have our warmed up paste, and we're going to take this and we're going to put this in our bowl. It smells so good. See, this is what I want the ganache to smell like. I want it to smell like pistachio, because then you know it tastes like pistachio. Okay. So now, stir in a few spoonfuls of ganache to temper it. Okay. Okay. Still smells like white chocolate. I don't know what to do. It says a little bit of almond extract will help. A pinch of salt. Pinch of salt. And then, let's see. I don't know. Still not giving. Okay, let's put a little bit more pistachio in there. Because why not? Let's do a tiny bit more pistachio. Okay, take a little more of this. Put it in there. Okay. Tastes like pistachio now, which is what we really care about. Smells a little more. Okay, I think I don't need this full tub, so let's just take a little bit more and then put this back in the fridge. We'll whip this up, and then if we have to whip up more, we can, but this way we don't, you know, overmix and waste. We don't want to waste. We don't want to waste. Okay, let me put this back in the fridge. Okay, and now let's take our white chocolate pistachio ganache base, our beautiful Alphaba, our Alphaba ganache. Okay, and so now let's scrape this off. Let me put on my apron. This is starting to get messy. We don't want to mess up my cute little pink dress. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Okay. Whoa, hey. All right, beautiful. Okay, so now let's take our hand mixer. Let's get our piping bag ready. And let's get our hand mixer. Get a piping bag ready. Okay. Nice. Okay, what is happening? There. There we go. Okay. So now let's take this. And it says to whip it at low medium, whip each ganache for 20 to 40 seconds. So that's very quick. So that's gonna go by quick. Hello. Okay, let's see here. We're going to take all of our little things. Make sure they're not in the way. Okay, so 20 to 40 seconds. So let's put a minute on the clock. And at 40 seconds, we can start. We're at 50. Okay. Okay, so now we have our raspberry white chocolate ganache. This is when I start to get nervous because we're getting close to the end. And this is where we either make it or break it. It's either going to be success or failure. I mean, I know the cakes taste good, so that's success. But this white chocolate ganache is my first time making this version. So I'm a little apprehensive. But we're going with it because that's how we learn and that's how we experiment and we play. And so we're going to take the white chocolate ganache pistachio frosting. Put that into our piping bag. Just like that. Just like so. Just like that. Okay. And then take our lovely piping bag, take the edge of a bench scraper, and we can it's a little packed. Okay. All right, our baby is jam-packed. So let's set this aside. She's a little too packed. Okay. Tiny bit too packed. little produce rubber bands. I save them. They come in handy sometimes. All right, so we have our pistachio white chocolate ganache. We're going to put this in the fridge for now. Now we're going to clean out this bowl because we're going to do that all over again, but this time with the raspberry. Raspberry. The only thing I'm worried about is we need glaze for the cake. I think we're gonna, let's try this out. Actually, that'll be a good experiment. I'm gonna boost the pistachio one. We're gonna leave the raspberry one as is, just to test how white chocolate forward it is in the cake or not. And I do know that the raspberry cake is pretty pronounced. So we don't want the raspberry to overpower the pistachio. We want it to complement. So I thinking on the fly, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna whip the raspberry ganache. We're gonna whip it. And again, since this is an experiment a cake, this is our cake where we are testing our cake texture, the color, the taste, the ganache, the process, how long it takes me to do this, since I do it in pieces and spread out over a few days. So for the sake of experimentation, and because I would need to right now on the fly make more raspberry glaze, and I'd rather save that for the cake, let's just make this an experiment and whip up the raspberry white chocolate ganache without any boosts. So we're gonna take this, boom, put this away. Raspberry ganache, the kind you find in the fridge back home. Okay, now okay. All right, so on low speed, 30 to 40 seconds. So let's put a minute on the clock. We'll give it a few seconds. And we will do this really quick while we're at it. Beep, 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 beep. All right, great. Beautiful, look at that. It took the time we needed. Oh, I know how I can boost the flavor. Freeze-dried raspberries. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I'd rather it taste like raspberry. That's how we do it, and we still keep the glaze. Boom, look at that, I'm so smart. Ooh. So smart, so smart, so smart. Okay, so let's, do that. Yeah, this will boost that raspberry right up. Okay, great, let's do this. Okay, great. So now we have our raspberry. Okay, now we need another piping bag. I need a few of these. Okay, so first we need one for our pink, for our Glinda, for our Galinda. Ooh, it smells like white chocolate. Gosh, I'm gonna have to play with this because I don't like buttercream. I'm not a buttercream fan, which is what sent me down the white chocolate ganache route. And I've done white chocolate ganache before, but I did it with the Ghirardelli white chocolate chips that Manuela said is not the best way, that you should do them with high quality, high fat melting chips, which is what we did with this one. But I think the white chocolate is so high quality and so high fat that it's like overpowering our flavor additions, which is not what we wanted. So now I wonder if I need to like steep the cream first. Like steep, like have like the pistachios and the raspberries sit in the cream before we warm up the cream. I don't know. I have to keep experimenting. Good thing is that the show that I'm booked to do the live decorating on stage is not till next month. So we have more than enough time to help us prep. Okay, so we have a little bit less frosting in this bag, which is good, a little easier to handle. Good twirl. See, that's more like it. Our pistachio one was a tiny bit overfilled, but that's okay. Give that one more twirl. Okay, now we're gonna top this off. Put it in the fridge. Now, so I have more green. So it should be green, pink, no, it should be pink, green, green, so that we have the green on top. Or because I have more green, we want the pink on top. So green, pink, green, pink. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? What ordered? Hi. So if I have more green frosting than pink, I mean, I can always whip up more pink if I need to. So there's always that. But for a wicked cake, what order should I have the pink and the green? So Elphaba Glinda, Elphaba Glinda, Elphaba Glinda, or Glinda, Elphaba, Glinda, Elphaba. What do we think? Okay. Well, you guys let me know in the chat what order the cake should be. I'm going to prepare the last couple of components, which is our raspberry glaze drizzle, because I also want to add a little more fresh flavor components. So we have a cute little gel glaze, fresh made. It's fresh raspberries, sugar, lime, lemon juice, cornstarch, and it gave us our beautiful little raspberry glaze. So again, let's press this down. And let's just do like that. And then we can, you can also use the edge of a counter. It's pretty helpful. You want to be careful that you don't burst the seam either. You can burst the seam. All right, so we have our raspberry. Beautiful. I have more than enough bag to just tie it off, so let's spare a rubber band and just tie that off. Beautiful. And last but not least, I have this gorgeous pistachio paste that's a little thick. So let's take some of this see if we can loosen it up a bit. I think that and that would be good enough. Put away the rest of this. Oh, hey! Welcome to the party. Okay, so now let's take a tiny bit of leche, a tiny bit of milk. Let's just pour that in there. And see how, oh, and then let's actually also do a touch of feel of cotton, a touch of almond. And now, let's see how we can get this a little looser. It takes a second, and you really don't need a lot of milk. It just takes a second to like get it all in there. But just like that, we take our yummy thick paste, thick like me, and we're going to like that. I think it could use a little more paste. So let's take a little more paste. Put it in there. Okay, great. Okay. Mix that in. Because we don't want it too thick and we don't want it too loose. And we want just enough too. We want enough to layer in between our... And actually this should help balance out that white chocolate ganache flavor too. Piping in these flavors in between. Okay, so let's get the last of our piping bags for today ready. Get a little piping bag. Get yourself a tall cup. You put this into, and then you put the top, fold the top over the edge. Now, we're gonna take our delicious pistachio paste cream that we just loosened up. I'm gonna put it into our bag. Right in there. All that yummy goodness. Okay, great. Now, take this little bag, do the same thing. Let's push this down. We can use the edge of our counter too. Give it a swirl. It's like Cirque du Soleil. Okay, beautiful. Now, I'm gonna go get the turntable because now is when the real fun begins and we start to assemble our cake. I'm so excited. Let me go get the turntable. Let me go get the turntable. Now, let's take our cake board. We have our cake board. Okay, I haven't decided yet what order to do them in. Oh, we have to prep our bags. Okay, so these will just get snipped on the ends. A little bag for this one, a little container for this one, and then we need to prep the tips for our pink and green. So Okay. So I'm new to piping. Piping is still new to me. So I don't know what I'm doing. So with that in mind, I don't know which tips to use. I feel like 2 similar ones might serve me better. How do you know? All right, we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna pick 2. No idea what I'm doing. We're learning together. I need to take a piping class. That's what I'm learning now. I need to just tick-tock-tick-tock-tick, go on Beyonce's good old internet and find me a cute little piping class, because I'm just kind of, I mean, I know the basics, but I don't, beyond the basics, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so this goes here. This, whoa, hey. This goes here. And then we go back a little bit and we snip. And then that pokes our little thing through. And then we lock it in place with this baby. And so this is one tip. And then we do the same thing again. Put this, nope, it goes on the tip. Then we put it through the bag. And we get it to the end. And we push back a little bit. Snip. Make sure the plastic ends up in the trash, not in our food. We have our tip poking through. We screw it into place. No, wicked as in like pink and green. As in the movie that's coming out. As in the witches. As in Glinda and Elphaba. Okay, so now it's time. It's time. Okay, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm scared. This is when like the anxiety kicks in, because like, okay, it's like now or never. Okay, so we have, all right, what order are we doing this in? I have more green. So I feel like green contrasting on the pink would be better on top. So then that would be Elphaba, Glinda, Elphaba, Glinda. So let's get these babies doing what they're supposed to do. So let's put one in here. Let's see how this works. She's a little grainy and not cooperating. Okay. So maybe not the right tip. So the good thing is we can go just like this. Okay. So let's swap out this tip because it's a little too small and not cooperating. See, this is why we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. We're learning. So let me find a different tip. try this one. Let's try this tip. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see how this one are. You're a cool gal. I got another stream, said meow, and got banned. No, I love meow. I mean, I'm part cat, so you can ask me to meow all you want. That's one of the few things that I actually will do. Meow. Okay, let's see. Will this come out? That's better. Okay, that's a little bit better. She's still split. So I gotta look up how to not have my ganache split. But that's okay. Again, this is a test cake. This is why we're learning. This is an experiment. It's like baking school. Okay, so what did we decide? It's gonna go Elphaba, Glinda, Elphaba, Glinda. Okay, so let's take our cake. And we're gonna put this right here. Great. Now, let's see, I want you guys to see. Now, the idea in my brain is, and let's see if this works. We're going to, in theory, there we go. So let's see. I want it to be like buttercream, I mean not buttercream, ganache. Beautiful. And then I want another ring on the inside. Honey hush. Great. And then I think one more ring on the inside. There are turning plates with a motor built in for making cakes. Have you seen those? I know, they make very round and on top even cakes. I know, I've seen those. There's also the como se dice, the cake frost form that they put like the panels around it. I want to get those, but I don't make enough cakes to like super invest in my cake tools, but I do want to get better at cakes. So maybe it's a good excuse. Okay, that came out pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm not mad. Okay, and so now what I was thinking is in between, we're gonna put some of our delicious pistachio cream. Look at that. Just like that. A little in the middle. Boom. Beautiful. Look at that. So yummy. And then there's little chunks that get stuck, but that's okay. Good thing is we have more, but I think I prepped just enough. Because this feels about half the bag. Okay, so that's first layer. Beautiful. Now let's put this in the fridge for like 2 minutes to set, because I know that that's one step I always miss, and I know it makes a huge difference in stacked cakes to chill each layer that you put, you know, wet stuff on. What is that green mass made of? Make me pistachio? Yes. So I made from scratch a couple days ago. I made sweet pistachio cream And so this was a couple days ago that we made it. We made it on live. And then from this, I used some of this in the cake. So there's pistachio cream in the cake. Then I also made white chocolate ganache with pistachio. And taking this, we just made kind of a little bit of a looser cream to layer in between the ganache layers. But oh my gosh, it already looks so pretty. Let me grab my other phone and take a picture because it looks so cute. So cute. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Oh, is my phone dead? Is this dead? Oh no. My other phone's dead. Ah! Ah! No! No! Where's my iPad? Where's my iPad? Here's the iPad. Okay, great. All right. Let me clean up a little bit while we give that time. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. A little cleaning. Okay, so now let's take our little cake out of the fridge. Okay, beautiful. Let me take a picture. It's so cute. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Okay, camera. Come on, camera. Camera. Boom. So cute. Boom. Okay. Next, we're going to take one of our Galinda layers. Let's take this one. Put it on top like so. Now, let's take feels pretty even. This is when, let me see where the cake ring is. Where did I put that cake ring? This is when the cake ring actually might come into play. So I've never used this. I ordered it so that I could have a little more order in our cake assembly. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. I think we're gonna bring this out. First time I'm using this. Hi, Tracy. So first time I'm using the cake ring, but I'm feeling confident. This feels like it's gonna help us out, keep our structure together, and you can still see, which is great. Okay, so now we have our other piping bag with our raspberry ganache. Our last tip was not very helpful, but let's see. Yes, this is raspberry. So we're doing Elphaba is pistachio and Glinda is raspberry. And so everything is flavored so. So the cake has flavoring in it, the ganache has flavoring in it, and then we also have some gooey stuff to go in the middle. So let's take, and the piping isn't as important because we're not seeing it, but it's a good chance for me to practice because again, I don't make a lot of cakes. And so I don't get a lot of chances to pipe. So this is a good chance for me to like practice. So this tip in the ganache is actually doing pretty good. It looks super cute. It's not too grainy. So I'm feeling happy about it. But I do want to work on like shapes with the piping. And I think because there's chunks of raspberry, it's actually not coming out super smooth. But again, for what we're using it now, it doesn't really matter. I might actually swip out the tips for the top part. So let's do another ring around the rosy. That's cute. Little practice. That's not too bad. Actually, that's cute. Kind of gives it a little roughly edge vibe. It worked for most of it. Let's see if I can do that again. Oh, it's kind of cute. Again, the chunks do make it so that it doesn't always come out even. So maybe we do swap tips for our top decoration. But that's our little rings of our pink Glinda raspberry white chocolate ganache. Now we're gonna take our raspberry glaze that we made from scratch yesterday. This is fresh raspberries, lemon juice, a little bit of cornstarch, sugar, I think a little bit of salt, and that was our raspberry glaze. And I'm trying to be a little sparing because this is the only thing that I would have to make more of right now. I don't have any more raspberry glaze in the fridge. I was trying to be a little conservative with my ingredients so I wouldn't waste too much, but that actually feels pretty good. I think we have enough. Okay. Ta-da! So now let's put this in the fridge for another minute. Oh, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture. Stop. It looks like ketchup. That's so funny. It really looks like ketchup. Welcome to my ketchup cake. Right? Doesn't it look like ketchup? Okay, we're gonna let this sit in the fridge for a quick minute. Well, actually, while we'll do that, let's look at our tips. So we want bigger mouth tips. We want bigger mouth tips. I think these two. Okay. I need more locking sets so that I can swap these out easier. But again, these are the things that I need to do if I'm gonna be investing more in my cake tools. Again, cakes are still very new to me and they're a little overwhelming and scary. So I'm still developing my cake tool roster. But we're out here, we're doing it. By the way, hi, I'm MeMeCherry. If this is the first time that you're hanging out with me, I like to go live and bake. Sometimes I go live and do rhinestone projects. I'm actually waiting for my Sabrina Carpenter costume to freaking get here from Panama so that I can rhinestone it. I just posted a new episode of my podcast, Series of Fortunate Events, also called Sophie, S-O-F-E, with my personal trainer. It was such a fun time. It's called 3 Inches. Watch so that you can see what we're talking about. It's a good thing. So check that out, 3 Inches with Millie Rock, my latest podcast episode. I'm also in a contest right now, Fab Over 40. Last I checked, I was in second place for this first round of voting. The top 20 make it to the next level. So whenever the next level of voting starts again, I'll put a community post so that we can rally some votes. But I'm hoping to win that. That would be so fun. If I win, I get the cover of a magazine and a spa vacation, and that would be so fun. And I obviously would make all kinds of content about it. And I would bring you all along behind the scenes of the photo shoot and the spa vacation and all those things. So I'll do a community post when I make it to the next round of voting, because I already know I will. But yeah, today is the last day of voting for the rounds. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, MeMeCherry IG, MeMeCherry IG, the pinned post has all the information about the contest. So if you want to help me win, I'm gonna throw a little pizza party to celebrate if I win. When I win. Okay, let's get our cake out of the fridge. It looks so cute. So let's take now our alphaba layer, That's looking a little wonk. This feels a little wonk. This feels a little wonkadoodle. Doesn't look level to me. One more level. Between 7 and 8. Between 7 and, oh God, it's so hard. Between 7 and 8. Right? Because it's a little wonky. Okay, that little extra edge was a little wonk. And I don't want a wonky cake. So we trimmed off a little edge. Actually, a perfect chance to taste our cake. Mmm. 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 Oh my God, that's so good. It's very fluffy. It is a cloud cake. I can concur. Oh my God, that's so good. Woo! That is delicious. The first cake that I made didn't have enough pistachio flavor in it, so I made it again. This one is so good. Okay, so let's take our now re-leveled cute little cake, and let's take the flat edge, the flatter edge, and put that into our cake ring. Let's get rid of our trash, because we clean up as we go. And now, I wish I had a taller cake ring. So, something to think about for the future. We need a taller cake ring, but that's okay. It's working for now. So now, we're gonna take, press it down. Oh, I forgot, I meant to brush pistachio syrup on this, but that's okay. It tastes really good. I don't think it needs the syrup. I think the syrup would actually be too much. No whipped cream for this. We're doing white chocolate ganache and our little drizzles. Okay, so let's take another stab. This does not want to come out. Okay. This ganache is thick, like me. And I'm a little stubborn sometimes, although I try not to be. I've been doing really good. I've been doing a lot of self-work, trying to work on myself while I'm out here in these dating streets. And I'm trying to manifest and be the kind of partner that I want. So if I want somebody that is fit and healthy, I need to be fit and healthy. So I need to go to the gym. If I want somebody who's creative and has their own full life, I need to be creative and have my own full life. If I want somebody who has amazing friendships and amazing relationships with their family, I need to be a good friend and I need to have good relationships with my family. So those are the things I've been working on. Also just trying to be a little bit more domestic. I've been such a corporate baddie for so long that like I really did not develop the skills of like properly taking care of a home. Like I could do the minimum, but I've been trying to get better about, you know, keeping a tidy home and baking more and cooking more and making a cozy little nest for myself. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna put our little pistachio cream in between. Little by little. Make sure we squeeze all of this out of our bag. No. Great. We want to keep a little bit for the top because we're also going to put some little drizzles on top. But let's make sure that this is nice and even. Okay, so now that's our third layer of pistachio cake. Take another picture. Okay, let's put this in the fridge one more time. And while we do that, let's take a look at our raspberry cake. I think it's looking pretty level. Yeah, she's not wonky. She looks good. She looks really good. Okay, but let's clean up. Let's clean up while we wait, because why not? Might as well clean up while we wait. Clean up while you wait. Okay. How are we feeling? What do we think? We're almost there. We're at the finish line. We're at the finish line. I just don't know what to do with the top. Ooh, okay. Let's do that now. Let's switch while we wait. Let's do our tip swapping. Wait, did I put them all away? Didn't I set 2 aside? And then I put them all away? Of course I did. I would do that. I would pull 2 out and then put them all away. What is wrong with me? Okay. We need the big tips. Okay, this one. And this one. Okay, we put all the other ones away. Really? Not the ones we're working with, hello. Okay, so we're gonna take this out. We have a bag and bag. Another thing I want to learn how to do is like this, the 2-colored ganaches. That's gonna be my next project. Okay, so we screw this off. We take our little locking piece off. If you've never loaded a piping tip, okay, we're gonna take our little plastic out. Take our little tip. We have our plastic loader. Take our new tip, put that on there. Push it through our plastic. And then we lock it in place. And now, we put that in there. And let's see, let's take a little test round. Let's see how this comes out. Much better. It's still a little grainy, and it still has little chunks. I should have filtered out the chunks. It's just that I really wanted it to taste like pistachio, but now there's a chunk of pistachio stuck. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Come on. Come on. There's a piece that keeps getting stuck. Bag. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Now you're just stuck. Ow! Okay, be careful. Don't hurt yourself. gonna get that pistachio chunk out of there. Okay, let's start with a new bag. Ugh. Okay, snip. Snip. Push through. Don't break a hole in your side of the bag. Need some more of a snip. Okay, then we have a new tip. Lock it in place. Try this again. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're still getting chunks. It's still getting stuck. All right, we're going to just have to go no tip because this is just not working. Why? Why won't you come out? Let's try that one more time. Okay. Okay, now it's coming out. Okay, crisis averted. Ugh. But next time, I definitely need to filter out all the pistachio chunks out of the ganache so that we don't get chunks stuck in our piping tips. Okay, but that bought us enough time with the cake in the fridge. So let's take it out. Okay, great. Now, let's see, can we do this? No, it still just slides down. Well, kind of stayed there. Okay, let's take our last cake layer, our last beautiful raspberry cake. You can see all that beautiful raspberry in there. We're gonna put this on top. And actually, let's just go ahead and get rid of our cake ring so that we can see our beautiful layers. Okay, so now let's take, I don't know what to do now. I'm a little scared. Do we just do like, okay. All right, that's cute. Feeling cute. Now, again, I'm new to piping, so this is all very, can you read when I write like this? Yes, I can. So much I can meow. Meow. Okay. What do we think? She's giving a little Grinch, but that's okay. What do we think? What do we think? She's a little organic, but I like it. I like her. She's cute. She's giving. And now let's do some little dots. Right? And then, oops. Ah! No! Ta-da! Ta-da! She's a little, she's a little interesting. I definitely need to work on my piping. So I think that's going to be the next project, is to get better at piping and get better at my ganache, because this one's a little grainy, but I think she's cute. I think she's kind of cute. Let's see, I think we could probably fill this in a tiny bit. Okay. Oh, come on, not another chunk. There we go. All right. All right. She's she's definitely interesting. I think I think I think I think this is it. I think this is who she is. I think if I keep pushing it, I'm just gonna ruin it. And I think I just need to let her be. So this is our, let me clean up the edges. Let me clean up the edges. Let me clean up the edges. So this is our lovely Wicked cake. in honor of the new Wicked movie coming out very, very soon. This is also just my practice cake for my talent show. And this tells me I definitely need to practice my ganaches so that they don't split. And I need to practice my piping so that it looks cute. Although I think this is cute. She just looks very organic. But I'm happy with her. She's not too bad. So what do we think? This is the conclusion of this week's practice, which was our Wicked Glinda and Elphaba twin cloud cake. I think I'm going to consider this a success, given this is my first time attempting something so advanced. I think I did pretty good. I think if I was on the Great British Brake Off, I don't think I would be at the top, but I don't think I would be at the bottom either. I am confident in the flavors. I think it's going to taste great. I just need to work on my piping. But yeah, maybe we can do that together. Maybe what I can do this weekend is take that extra ganache that's already made and just take some time and practice my piping. And since we still have some smooth ganache that hasn't been flavor boosted, I think what I'll do is just use that one to practice with. So I'll probably maybe make some cupcakes this weekend, and then we can practice piping on the cupcakes. So that's something to look forward to. So feel free to hit subscribe if you haven't. More than likely, a clear glazing would make it look a lot nicer. A clear glazing, like just sugar glaze, like glaze it with just like, with sugar glaze. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. How about let's do a little glitter, because a little glitter never hurt anybody. That's a little shimmer. And then maybe some little gold pearls. Oh yeah. Yeah, looks like a little star. Cute. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, I am going to Tim Gun walk away from it before I ruin it, because I'm scared that if I do anything else, I'm going to ruin it. But I'm very happy with this. I think it looks very cute. I think for a first attempt at this type of cake, I think I would give myself a 7 out of 10. I was able to get the cakes leveled. I think the color is pretty good. I think I could do a little better on the color. So 6.5. So I could do a little better on the color, and I can do a little better on getting the layers a little more even. So I'm going to give myself a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, it does, but I don't know what to do. Maybe some crushed pistachio and crushed raspberry, and then we kind of pat it on the side. What do you think? I don't know. I think what I should do is just step away for a little bit. I'm going to put it in the fridge for now, and then I'm going to go work because I need to be working right now. But we're going to let this set in the fridge. And then you're right. I think the sides need something. So I think maybe what I'm going to do is crush some pistachio and some freeze-dried raspberries and kind of like tap them on the side if I can. But again, this is a practice round. So for a practice round, I feel pretty good. I think I'm gonna give myself a 6.5 out of 10. But what that means is that we have room to grow and room to practice. So I think the plan is, I think I need to work on my piping next. I think piping is the next priority, because if my talent is decorating the cake on stage, we want it to look good. So I need to work on my piping. So I think what I'm going to do this weekend is make some more pistachio and raspberry cupcakes to keep working on the cake recipe. And then, or maybe the mask you pressed on it, same style. Yeah. Yeah, I think that. I think you're right. I think the sides do need something, but I'm scared to fuck it up right now. And I feel like, you know how sometimes when you're working on something, especially art, sometimes you got to walk away and then like take a break, take a breather, go for a walk, and then come back and work on it. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. So maybe we'll come back live later and I'll finish the cake, properly finish it. I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I think maybe we'll do like a sugar soak, and we'll put a little bit of sugar on the side, a little bit of like simple syrup, and then take some crushed pistachios and crushed raspberries and like press them on the side. And I think that would be good. Okay, I'm going to go log on to work now because somebody's got to pay the bills around here. But if you haven't hit subscribe yet, feel free to hit subscribe. I'll either be back later today or tomorrow to do some more stuff with you and hang out with you. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.